Hello. Growing onions in a bucket. What do you do when all the growing spaces are taken up and you've still got onions left? What do you do with them? Tell you what I do, I try and squeeze them in. I've had an excellent year this year growing onions in a raised bed, and to be honest, they were really packed into that bed. In fact, the bed was overcrowded. You may have seen the video I posted. But when there was no room left in the bed, I still had some onion sets left over. And I was actually running out of buckets as well. So I planted a dozen onion sets, some red, some white, in a bucket. Yeah, I done that a number of months ago, and today they're ready to harvest. The tops have fallen over. We're going out to harvest those onions now. But what I want you to do is check this out. This is the video I shot some months ago of me planting those onions. So that's the start. Then we go outdoors now, we harvest the onions, that's the finish. There comes a time in every growing year when you realise you were fully planted up and you have stuff left over. Giving it away is a good idea. Putting it on the compost pile is a choice of last resort. My choice is to squeeze it in. In this video, I'm going to squeeze some leftover onion sets into a small 10-inch X cut flower water bucket. Let's do this. Before we overload this bucket with onions, I want to show you 3 screen grabs from previous years. The first screen grab is a bucket with 4 big Ailsa Craig onions growing in it. The second screen grab is a bucket with 5 smaller red skin onions growing in it. And the third screen grab is a bucket with 6 small onions growing in it. 6 looks about right for smaller onions. So let's completely overload this bucket with onions when you come back. Check out those screen grabs. Okay, so do you agree 6 looks about right for a bucket this size for smaller onions? Well, we're going to overload this bucket. We're going to double that. We're going to put 12 into this bucket and see how that goes. Incidentally, this is just plain old garden soil that has been enriched over the years with organic matter. Every autumn and winter we do a chop and drop. How's this looking? And it's been fortified with some onion fertiliser. How's that looking? Let's see if we can make it look balanced. Well, we're squeezing these guys in. Yeah, that looks overcrowded to me. We've squeezed those in. So let's plant them. And for those of you that are beginners, it's pointy end up, blunt end down, and simply press them in. Hey, couldn't be easier. Could not be easier. Do they look evenly spaced to you? Well, they won't be a million miles off, will they? If they're not evenly spaced. How's that looking? Hey, looks okay to me. Looks okay to me. Let's see how they go. And I'll tell you who's taking absolutely no notice of what's going on here. I've got a couple of pups with me now. I'm just going to try and move this camera around, let you see the dogs, and then we'll call it a day. That's them, just having a snooze. We've been out today. We've got Daisy and we've got Meg. Seems a shame to disturb them, doesn't it? I was going to ask them to sit up, but I don't think I will. Their eyes are closing, they're having a nap. And when I get tidied up here, I might join them. We go outdoors now, we harvest the onions, that's the finish. You've seen it. Grow onions in a bucket, start to finish. Are you up for this, Meg? It's onions today. Yeah, it is. Come on, let's do it. Let's see if we can get a dozen onions out of this bucket. As you can see, they've fallen over. Yeah, they've fallen over, Meg. Companion planting. Violas. I never put them in there, Meg, did you? Who put these violas in here? It wasn't me. Must have put themselves in there. Anyway, the onions are ready to harvest. Violas are about finished. So let's not hang about. Let's see what we can get out of this bucket. There's not been a lot of TLC gone into this bucket, as you can see. I probably just stood it in back somewhere and watered it from time to time, and this is the result. Okay. I don't think we're going to get 12, and I don't think these red ones are going to be worth much. Okay, how many have we got there? I wasn't counting. Let me try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I make it 10. So, put 12 in, we've got 10 back, and they're not very big, are they? They're not very big. Now I'm just going to pop some onions into the shot now. This is what these onions could have been had they been planted in a raised bed. Okay, take a look at these guys. So, if you overplant a bucket with onions and then neglect it, this is what you get. If you plant those onions in a raised bed and give them a bit more TLC, this is what you get. So clearly this is the way to go, and this is a move of last resort. But hey, if you haven't got a raised bed, I would give these a go. I mean, I put 12 in there. I knew I was overcrowding the bucket. So putting less onions in a bucket is likely to give you a better result. This overcrowding doesn't seem to work, but hey, we're happy with these, the ones we've got out of the raised bed. Yeah, we definitely are. But we're happy with these as well. I mean, these will all peel, they'll dress up, and they'll finish up in a meal at some stage. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.